Welcome everyone back to another expansion team series. We are currently 4-0, won all of our preseason games and the first four games of the year. We are now in the bye week, and offensively it looks really good. Defensively, there is still some room for improvement in terms of total yards, but points per game allowed looks really good so far. Some close games. We had also some blowouts against the Bills and against the Panthers. So let's see how we're going to play against two of our four division rivals in week 6 and 8. Patriots in between. As said, I forgot to change the schedule. So last year with the same schedule, we were in the end 14-0. Now, same schedule, same goal to go 14-0. But the bigger question mark is Bijan Robinson. So far, he did not want to sign a new contract, and I don't know what to do because 17 million is the maximum amount we could give him. Of course, he gets a key player role. I would have also given him the most important player in my team role if this is something I remember in the Football Manager. So with football, I mean soccer. Back in 2013, where FIFA did this, there was a possibility to give the role most important player. And yeah, those players were actually a little bit more interested than in signing. So I could use that now for Bijan Robinson. Let's try a 3-year deal and heavily front load that. If not, try that out. Also not sure if that works because still 17 million is the maximum amount. Not sure if he can earn 21 million next year, but if so, I just want him back. He's our most important weapon, both for the rushing and the receiving game. Already 5 touchdowns in 4 games, good average and pretty consistent average, but he has also 2 receiving touchdowns and already 85 yards. So he's a versatile weapon and really important for us. With that said, let's go through the bye week and hope that finally Bijan Robinson signs. No game for us this week, so the most important question is related to the contract situation. Let's take a quick look, and he wants it to be more lucrative. It's very annoying. Not sure if a 7-year contract would change that. I can try that, but normally I guess players are more happy with shorter contracts. Let's try it out, but I have no idea what to do to finally sign him. Such a big question, but now also back to college. We are in week 6, and before playing the Houston Texans, the 1-3 Houston Texans, and hopefully continue our winning streak, it's time to have a quick check-in how the college teams are doing. 5 games played for most college teams here. In the top 25, Georgia leads with 5-0, Oklahoma State right behind, Oregon and then Oklahoma Sooners, already with 1 loss so far. And looking at their stats, it could be better for the top stars. William Hooks, someone to remember, senior cornerback, not the best year so far, and he's just not someone who creates those turnovers. Would be great for him to get more interceptions. Of course, the catches allowed compared to the targets seems to be fine, but he needs to improve a little bit to really lock himself as the top corner of the draft. Joe Satterfield, the top center, 96 overall, already 3 sacks in 5 games, and that's the most sacks he had so far in his career. So that could actually be the breakout year for him. Would love to see more interceptions and more forced fumbles, but so far already 3 tackles for losses and those 3 sacks. He could be a good playmaker, center fielder and workout fanatic. Joe Satterfield on strength safety, someone we could also actually use for the Munich Wolverines. So we're going to keep an eye on him, but only 5 games played so far. More interesting to see what other league leaders are doing. I won't pay too much attention to passing yards, rushing yards. I took also a quick look at receiving yards. William Boatwright, maybe someone to quickly highlight. 3-star senior, wide receiver for Duke, 87 overall. Good personality, deep threat trait, and 5 touchdowns, only 1 drop so far. So that was a problem so far in his career. Now in his senior season seems to be a little bit better. So maybe someone we can also follow. Really interesting to see, however, is the sack production here in the league. Remember, 5 games played, and Tony Richmond from Mississippi State leads the league with 13 sacks. That's by far his highest sack number so far, and only 5 games. He has his breakout year for sure. Only 3-star player, bull rusher trait, 84 strength. He looks awesome. Could be the number 1 edge rusher. Looking at other players, Robert Green is also a senior, 3-star, 81 overall speed rusher type, and he had also great seasons so far, already at 58 sacks. We know how this could translate actually to the NFL. We drafted the sack leader in the 2nd round, if I remember correctly, but so far not the biggest impact. Robert Green did not even start those 5 games and was able to get 10 sacks. So he's very interesting. King Hao is a junior, so most likely won't commit yet, but also 2 really, really good seasons. And Carl Peters, another senior, best season so far, 10 sacks in only 4 games. So the edge rushers seem to really be the storyline so far of the college football season, but there are still a lot of games to play. We're going to, of course, follow Joe Satterfield closely on strong safety and also check back into the sack numbers of those edge rushers. But first, it's time to win some more games in the NFL. Back to the NFL, back to the Munich Wolverines, this time against the Houston Texans, and we lose. First loss of the year, and Caleb Williams is out. And he's questionable for the next game. That is not good. Really, really not good news for us. Casey Case, not with a good game. Also, Bijan could not save us. And with that, we get our very first loss of the year. Also not good here in terms of sacks and interceptions. Really disappointing week. Against the 1-3 Houston Texans, I cannot believe that. So let's check the inbox if there are at least good news regarding Bijan Robinson. And no, he does not want to sign. And wow, that's really bad news for us. Both the loss and Caleb Williams out, and of course still the Bijan topic. What I can do, I don't know if that changes anything, to pay him for a different position. I can pay you for a wide receiver and give you a little bit more money. I don't know if that changes anything. Let's heavily front load that. But yeah, no, it's not possible. But I really don't know what to do here. He wants more money and it's not possible. I don't know if this is a mistake within the game or what I should do in this situation. Feel free to write down in the comment section if you have already experienced that, and if so, what you have done. In the end, there's the possibility to give a franchise tag, of course, to Bijan. Would be his first and not that expensive, but for future years, I just cannot do that. Against the Patriots, without Caleb Williams, can we win? And yes, Williams was questionable, but still played, and I guess we need to play him more often when injured. Great game, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and we have touchdowns for Jones, Bijan, and Hyatt. He becomes a really important part of our offense. Use with an interception, but only 1 sack, the first for Alex Willard. Really surprising that we're not that consistent in defense and not able to get some pressure. don't know if defense is the part that really holds us back here. We are 5-1, so it's not too worrying, but still, yeah, Bijan does not want to sign. That's really annoying. I cannot do anything here except from franchise tagging him in the end, but that's not a long-term solution. Also, bonus, I think I've already tried that, but I can try it again. 10 rushing touchdowns, 5% plus. Yeah, why not? Bijan, please sign. And yeah, we have another division game before we jump back into a bye week against the 2-5 Tennessee Titans. So another trap game for us, and we lose it again. And this time with Caleb Williams. This season does not look to be too good. Only 1 sack or 2 sacks, Moss and Anderson. But still, we get 33 points against the Tennessee Titans, who are not good at all. This just cannot be the benchmark. And Bijan did not look at the offer, but I don't think that he will sign. Let's look at the standings before jumping into the bye week. We are... Oh, wow. We're not even on top of our own division. We're currently third with the Jaguars and Colts being 5-2. And we lost against the Texans and Titans. We have a 1-2 division record, so we still need to play against at least one time against Jacksonville and the Colts. Let's quickly check out the schedule. But so far, the division games are trap games. Yeah, Jaguars in week 12, Colts in week 14, and again Jaguars in week 16. This is going to be very, very tough. So let's sim a bye week and hope that the rest of our team, of our division, does not get any wins. Jaguars win against the Bills, so that's not good, and Colts win against the Panthers. Tough division so far for us. Bijan still does not want to sign. Only Guy Rigby was on the injury report now, fully recovered, and we play against the Miami Dolphins. And so far, it is not that great. With our defense, we need to step up to win against the 5-3 Dolphins, and we lose again. Another 31 points, but another 35 against us. Dolphins and Quinn Ewers, great game. Williams, not so much. Wheaton with a touchdown. Hyatt again. Jones. Also, I don't know what's wrong with Jalen Waddle, but he does not play a big role. Only 4 touchdowns this year. We have some problems both offensively and defensively. Moss with 2 sacks, Anderson with 1. At least something, but our performance is really, really worrying. And also worrying that we just cannot sign Bijan Robinson back. I don't know what to do here. It's just very, very tough. I tried to change the position here, but also that does not change anything because I cannot pay a higher amount to him. And it's... Oh, one more. It's really tough. Does not make any sense, but maybe for a wide receiver he would accept that. Not sure. I mean, in reality, I think he would sign because the Munich Wolverines are a very, very interesting team, and we have been successful in the past. This season, wow, okay, we need to win against the 0-8 Saints, and we lose again. What is going on? Horrible performance. Bowers with the touchdown. I've also not seen him with too many touchdowns. Yeah, that's the first one. That is crazy. Crazy bad. Oh, I don't believe that. What is wrong with our team? I thought we had a good team. Thought we were competitive, but we barely make the playoffs so far. That's I don't know what to say about this performance. Let's quickly check out the dashboard. Our offense is midfield of the league. Our defense is very, very bad. Passing yards, so many yards allowed. So our rookie cornerbacks not with the best performances, I guess. Rushing defense looks decent, but that is just horrible. We lost 4 games out of 5. This episode is just not going well. We have 5 more games to do, but before we play against the 8-2 Jaguars, let's quickly go back to college football. So week 12, and let's start our college storyline with the sacks. There has been a change. Manuel Hurt, number 1. He is a freshman, so won't be relevant for draft considerations for at least 3 years. 24 sacks so far in 10 games. That's crazy. King Hao is second with 20, and both of our seniors, Robert Green and Tony Richmond, are not able to continue on their strong start to the season. 17 sacks without any games started is still very, very impressive. Already 4 forced fumbles, that's also quite good. And for Tony Richmond, similar story. He has 3 forced fumbles, 17 sacks in 10 games. Still good, but not those record-breaking numbers that it seemed like in the first part of the year. For wide receiver, there has also been a change. The new best performing senior is Richard Calhoun from Oregon. 95 overall. Very well rounded in terms of agility, speeds, and hands. Possession wide receiver trait. And his 3rd season with 12 touchdowns. He can actually improve that. He has still some games left to play, so could be his best season so far. Also only 1 drop, and could be one of the best wide receivers here in the class. Let's see about that. And let's also quickly check into the new top 25 rankings. As you can see, the Oklahoma Sooners, we will take a closer look at them in a second, are still in the top 4 and on playoff hunt, 8-2. Ohio State 9-1, Georgia 9-2, and Oklahoma State still in front of Oklahoma, 8-1 so far. So no undefeated teams here. Let's quickly check in on Oklahoma and on our player to watch, Joe Satterfield and also William Hooks. Hooks seems to be injured, so that does not look good. So big injury for him, torn anterior cruciate ligament. That's not good. Only played 8 games and was able to get 1 interception. So that will be a very, very interesting story because he did not perform, in my opinion, in college. Still is one of the highest recruited players, and 97 overall. Should be one of the best rated players or defensive players in the game. Will be very interesting to see where he ends up in the draft. Joe Satterfield, strong safety, not injured, 96 overall. Played most games, 10 games so far, 5 sacks, so that's great. Unfortunately, no interception. 1 safety is great as well. 1 forced fumble. 4 tackles for loss. I don't know. His numbers could be better. That has, of course, been the best season so far. Catches allowed, not that great. Look at the first year. He was really, really good. 10 pass deflections. He's actually quite good. Needs some improvement, of course, right now, but overall, I think he showed some flashes and should be on our short list. Joe Satterfield from Oklahoma, but there is still some games left to play in college football. Of course, also the playoffs. We are going to check in next episode to see how the top 4 shapes out, if Oklahoma is able to make the playoffs and if Joe Satterfield is able to lead the defense of Oklahoma to a championship maybe. Yeah, let's see about that. Another championship would be way more important for us as Munich Wolverines. Therefore, let's just go back to the NFL. So back to the NFL, 8-2 Jaguars. That's such an important game for us. We need to win it, and we do. Just barely, and this time our defense stays strong. Caleb Williams not with the best game. He has a really up and down season. His worst one by far. Only 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, worst completion percentage. I really don't know what's wrong. Again, Seth Jones with a touchdown. He's the go-to target with 8 touchdowns already. But Jalen Waddle, Brock Bowers, both not performing this season. Sacks, that's what I would like to see. Guy Rigby, our rookie, finally 2 sacks, his first 2 of the year. 68 overall still, but could be promising for the upcoming years. And other than that, Poole a sack, LaDuke, Anderson, and Barton. That's a really good performance and a performance I would like to see. Hopefully we can continue with that and win a few more games to secure a playoff spot. And check the inbox. I do not have any hope for Bijan, but he signed. He signed, and I don't know what I changed. The only thing is that I made him a 1-year offer. Does that change everything? As you can see, I did not change any personal values. He still loves his money, but I have a 1-year contract, 17 million, and no bonus, not anything. So he's back, at least something. But yeah, the contract topics will start again next year. But we still have the chance to franchise tag him. But this time, this is going to be very, very expensive. So it's actually the worst case scenario here with a 1-year contract for 17 million. More than the franchise tag, or most likely more than the franchise tag. And now if we tag him, that would be such a high amount. So we need to sign him back next season. But focus now on the rest of this season. We played the Buccaneers. We really struggled against bad teams, so I do not have high expectations. But we win by 1 point. And again, the defense might get better. We get 2 interceptions, which is really good. Bijan only with 2.2 average. Wow, that's not good at all, but stays at a 4.4 for the season. 1 interception for Caleb Williams. Touchdowns for Bijan and Jalen Waddle, so at least something. And Hughes gets an interception, and Coles, Devin Coles, former, I thought he was a former 2nd-round pick, but seems to go undrafted, 78 overall, still 2 years left on the contract. But interesting to see him being a playmaker and sacks. We get 3, Rigby again, Moss and Anderson. So I guess we find a good solution with Rigby on linebacker. I still did not sign back anyone else. Let's quickly check out if we have any new injuries. Drew Banks is out. That could explain why Coles played more snaps. Nelson doubtful, but other than that, no long-term injuries this year, which is really, really good. Looking quickly at the contract situation. We have right now 50 million left to spend in free agency next year, and the upcoming free agents are Marcus May, Holcomb, Barton, Holmes. I won't sign him back. We have a kicker, Casey Case. Also, I mean, legendary quarterback for us, but won't give him a new offer here via Cage and Hyatt. So Holcomb and Barton, I'm going to try to sign back in free agency if there are not good, no better options, because this season they have not convinced me. Okay, three forced fumbles for Holcomb is great, but 0 sacks, also no hurries, and tackles for loss only 3. And for Barton, at least he has 2 sacks, 12 tackles for loss. That's great. We will of course keep both in mind for the free agency. But yes, I won't sign them back most likely. 7 million is not too bad. Let's try to give him a front-loaded 2-year contract, heavily front-loaded because we have some cap space. I think that would be fine because he does not ask for too much. But Holcomb, yeah, not paying him 12 million. So I guess he is gone. But we need to win again. Week 14 against the 8-4 Colts. And with the win, we would surpass them in the division. Really important game, and we win. That's really good news. Again, Caleb Williams was out, and he's questionable again for next game. Casey Case, 33%. Yeah, he needs to get better. That's not good, and I think I'm going to change the depth chart to give our rookie Ashworth some plays. Robinson Jones with receiving touchdowns. Lee misses a 50-plus field goal. How is he doing, by the way? Wow, not that great, honestly. Not that great. He could also be a factor why we're losing, but yeah, kick distance is just not there. Should we sign back Richard Holmes? Yeah, I don't think so. Interceptions, 2 for use, and sacks. It's getting better. Arbor, May, Holcomb, and Barton in here. By the way, speaking of Barton, did he sign the contract for us? No, he's not happy with that. I'm trying one other chance. Cyrus Moss is, by the way, out for 2 to 4 weeks. That means more snaps for Arbor and Alex Willard. Let's give Barton a second shot. Now he won 7-9. Still fine with the heavily front-loaded contract. Be 10 million for next year if he does not sign that. He can go to free agency. Quick look at the standings, because with just 3 games left to play, or 2 games left to play, we are now projected to make the playoffs, and we still have a chance to win the division against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That would be really, really great. Now we need to win this week to stay in the hunt to play against the Jaguars. But with Caleb Williams out, I hope he's back for the last week. We had some trap games against those teams. Jets are 2-10-1. Let's quickly go to the depth chart and demote Casey Case and promote Randy Ashworth. I'm pretty convinced that Ashworth could help us here. Also, let's do that for the second package. We do not want to change quarterbacks and quickly compare them. Casey Case is fairly well-rounded, so he should play way better than that. 50% completion percentage is not that great. In the playoffs, he helped us, but also under 50% completion percentage in 2024. Okay, maybe that's just his game. Randy Ashworth did not play a game yet. Arm is not that great, but maybe with his speed, he can bring another element to the game. Now against the New York Jets, very, very important for us to win this game, and we do so. Caleb Williams, thankfully, back again, and he's just a game changer. With him, we're so much better. Bijan, 3 touchdowns, and in the receiving game, we have Seth Jones and Jalen Waddle. Defensively, LaDuke with an interception, so I'm fine with our linebacker core. We have so many young players. And now the question of the week is, can the Jacksonville Jaguars win against the trap team Titans? And they do. So that is going to be a showdown for week 16. I honestly don't know if we win this game, if we would surpass the Jacksonville Jaguars in the division because, we won the very first game. So if everything is correct, we should then be in second place instead of place number 5. Quickly check out the inbox for the last week. No notable new injuries. Caleb Williams thankfully back, and Cody Barton also back, signed the offer. So we're a little bit more safe on linebacker, have Barton as our backup, who can hopefully still make more plays for 1 or 2 seasons. What I'm going to do is to quickly go through the highlights of the Jaguars game. We are, by the way, if you just saw that, the worst passing defense in football. So let's untick that to make sure we do not see how we're playing against the Jaguars, because I want to jump into the highlights, sim game, and then watch the highlights. Such an important game. I think if we win that, we are first place, and we start with Caleb Williams and he directly gets sacked by Andre Cisco, free safety for the Jaguars. So not a good start for us, the Jaguars, already on our 1-yard line, and that should be an easy touchdown for them. Trevor Lawrence to John Orr, and it's 7-0 Jaguars. They have another red zone possession, and that looks like another touchdown. It's 14-3. Does not look good so far. We cannot keep up with the good teams, and that's going to be a big challenge in the playoffs because the Jaguars have another touchdown. What is wrong with our defense? It's 21-3. That's horrible. Horrible performance, and the Jaguars have another highlight. We're in the third quarter. No highlights for us. It's 28-6. I don't believe that. Can you show the Jaguars again in our red zone? No, we have the ball, but deep in our own half, and it's a fumble. Bijan Robinson loses the ball. Josh Allen recovers that, and yeah, honestly, that should be it. Jaguars again with the red zone position. Horrible performance. 35-6. I don't know what is wrong with our defense. We're finally in the half of the Jaguars, but that looks like another sack for Yesade Olukun, the linebacker for the Jaguars. Can we stop the highlights, please? I don't want to see that anymore. And that looks like a pick. Yeah. Caleb Williams, interception. Shaquille Griffin. And yeah, I do not want to watch anything of that game anymore. I cannot see another Jaguars touchdown. The final score is 45-13. Our defense is horrible, and I do not know what to do here. That's really bad. Brock Bowers with the only touchdown for us. No interceptions, no sacks. We cannot win against the good teams. We won against the Jaguars once, but this performance is just horrible. For the playoffs, we need to play against the Cleveland Browns, who won their division with 10-4. But that's something we're going to do next episode. This was one of the worst expansion team episodes ever in terms of performance. Their defense looks really good, so Caleb Williams will most likely struggle again. Offense not their strength, so maybe our defense has a chance. But this is just unbelievable. Worst passing defense, top 10 rushing defense, 17 4 points allowed, 12 4 points per game. Not good, not good. We thankfully won 4 out of the last 5 games, but for the playoffs, we need to step it up. Maybe there is another good free agent we could sign, especially for our secondary. That could help us. But maybe the transition on safety did not go as planned. Maybe also the cornerback changes, not that great. This is something we need to evaluate before the playoff game. And there is Marcus Williams, there is Marcus Peters still in here, who could join us back for the playoffs and hopefully help us to be a really, really good team. Write down in the comments which player I should sign to help us to make another playoff run and hopefully win another Super Bowl. So with that said, quickly checking out on problems we have in our team. We started Cole Bishop over Marcus May, and that could be a big mistake. F effort, B performance. He has been okay, but not that great. Looking at his total stats, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, no interceptions, 4 pass deflections. Not the best first year as a starter for him. Marcus May also played some games, higher value per snap, a little bit of better effort. Also one sack, but strong safety could be a topic where we could use some support. And cornerback, as I said, Drew Banks as a rookie, not the best performance. Allowed 13 catches out of 22 targets. The other rookie, Christopher Anderson, also 13 catches allowed out of 23 targets, 1 sack, 5 pass deflections, so a little bit better. And our 2 starters are AJ Terrell, 83 catches allowed, also very bad. 2 interceptions, 1 sack, and our number 1, Mike Hughes, at least he had 4 interceptions, 80 catches allowed out of 111. We could use some upgrade on corner or safety, but as said, write down in the comments which players you would like to see join us for a playoff run. We have some cap space to make it work, but also those players are not that expensive. We need to get better in our defense to be able to win at least one playoff game. That's the goal for next episode. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great week and see you next time. Bye bye.